Hello students and the warmer welcome in this fifth lecture of the oscillation chapter. So till now we have learned about the few concepts, few parts from this chapter oscillation. Now in this video we are going to learn about the next part from this oscillation chapter. So students, till now we have explained this diagram, that how does it work, what the conditions that we have to apply over this diagram to derive the derivations or the expressions for the acceleration and for the derivation of the velocity. So we have seen this in the previous lectures or in the previous videos. So if you still not understand that how we have derived the velocity and the acceleration for the linear SHM, then you can visit the previous videos, so you will get very easily. So students, will be just quick review of some part that we have learned in the previous lecture, so there will not be any problem to understand next part of this video. So at the end of the last lecture that we have learned about the equation that we had the integration of VTV, and which was equal to minus omega square into integration of x dx. The term we have got is the v square by 2 is equal to minus omega square into x square by 2 plus c. So this was the final term that we were obtained in the previous lecture, and now we will start from the point that c is the constant of integration. So after that we will consider the a is the maximum displacement of the particle SHM, and when the particle is at the extreme position the velocity will be 0. So we will consider the velocity is equal to 0 and x is considered as a plus minus a. So after that, thus the at x is equal to plus minus a, that is the amplitude, and at the v is equal to 0, means students, we have to understand one thing, that if the block is at the rightmost position, then what will happen, we won't be able to generate any velocity on the in that box. So the box will move again towards the rightmost position, so the velocity will be the final velocity, which will be 0 of that block. Now thus at x is equal to plus minus a and the v is equal to 0, this value we are going to substituting in this equation that we have obtained. Now the equation is v square upon 2 is equal to minus omega square x square by 2 plus c. So this was the expression. Now we will put the value of x is equal to plus minus a and v is equal to 0 we will put. So the remaining equation we will get is the v square by 2 will be 0 and will be equal to minus omega square into a square by 2 plus c. Now as in the previous equation it was the minus omega square x square by 2, but here in this equation we have put the value of x is equal to plus minus a. So instead of x we just wrote the a square or the a only. So the total term will be the 0 is equal to minus omega square into a square by 2 plus c. So from this equation the value of c may be calculated as the c will be equal to plus omega square s square by 2. So that will be the value of constant of integration c. Now again the value that we have obtained, that c is equal to plus omega square a square by 2, we will put again into the previous equation. Then first of all we will see the what was the exactly equation. The equation was, you can see there that the given v square by 2 is equal to minus omega square x square by 2 plus c was the equation. Now we will put the value of c here again. We will get v square by 2 is equal to minus omega square x square by 2 plus omega square s square by 2. So this will be the equation will become when we will put the value of c. Now as you can see, the in the denominator the 2 is the term same, so it will get cancelled. Now the remaining term we can write is v square is equal to omega square into bracket s square minus x square. So the omega square will be the term which will be common, so, and the minus sign is out of the bracket, and when it will be get multiplied into the bracket, so the term second, which is a, will come first, and the first term x will be the go second. So the entire equation may be written as v square is equal to omega square into bracket a square minus x square. So if we want to take the square root of v square, then it will be just v, which will be equal to omega square, means you can write plus minus omega square into bracket square root of a square minus x square. So students, I have explained you in the previous lecture also that the square root of any plus sign may be plus term or the minus term, because the square of minus 2 is 4 and the square of plus 2 is also 4. Thus we can say the square root of 4 is plus minus 2. Thus in that term we can write the square root of the omega square may be plus minus omega. Hence the final equation will be v is equal to plus minus omega into square root a square minus x square. So this is the expression for the velocity of a particle performing linear SHM in terms of displacement x. Now we will see the next part of this expression, that we will move further for the calculation of the displacement. Now we will see afterward. Now as you can see, the entire derivation is popping on your screen. Now the first of all we can write that the v is equal to plus minus omega into square root bracket a square minus x square is the expression that we have derived for the velocity of a particle performing linear SHM. But now what is mean by v, student? So v is nothing but amount of displacement caused by the particle in definite amount of time. So this velocity may be also written as dx by dt. Dx is the amount of displacement caused by that particular particle, upon dt is the time impact which is required to displace that particle from one place to other place. So v may be also written as the dx by dt. So remaining term will be is equal to omega into square root a square minus x square. Now student, in the second step you can see that we will just rearrange the equation. So the dt term which is in the denominator we will send at that side of the equal sign, and the term which is at that side of the equal sign we will take in the denominator, and thus will be exchange of terms. We can form the equation in form dx upon square root of a square minus x square is equal to omega dt. We have just rearranged the term. Now students, we just simply integrate them. Now this will be, means we have to integrate both the side as per rule of integration. Now integration of dx upon root of a square minus x square is equal to omega into integration of dt. So as you know the students, what is the formula for the sine of a by b? So you have seen that formula in the form of a by b, but exactly the same formula is in terms of x and a. So what will be the what is the integration of 1 upon root of a square minus x square? So it is nothing but the sine inverse of 1 upon whatever term which will be there. But here the term they have given is a square and x square. So as per rule, the answer will be answer of integration of dx upon root of a square minus x square will be sine inverse of x upon a, and the integration of dt will be phi. Integration of dt is phi. So the total equation will form as sine inverse of x upon a is equal to omega t plus phi. Now we will see the introduction of phi. Phi is the constant of integration. So one more constant of integration is added. Now to verify the phi, to what is meaning of the phi, we need to know the value of x. Okay, if we get the value of x, then we will get to know the phi, because we just make that at the one side of the equality sign, then we can find the phi. So at any instance of time t, most convenient being t is equal to 0. When you put the t is equal to 0, students, then what will happen? Then the omega will also become 0. You can observe the equation 5.11. Then you will get the sine inverse of x upon a is equal to omega t plus phi. Now what we have to do? We have to put the value of t, that is value of time, is equal to 0. Then the omega into 0 will become the 0 term. Then the remaining term will be means we can calculate the phi very easily. as there will be the only one term at the one side of the equality sign. The students, so the x is equal to a into sine into bracket omega t plus phi. If we rearrange the equation number 5.11, then after rearranging, the x will be equal to a into sine of omega t plus phi. So this is the general expression for the displacement x of a particle performing linear SHM at time t. So this is the equation or the expression for the displacement. Now students, we have finished the expression or the derivation for the acceleration, velocity and the displacement. So this all three expressions are based on only one diagram you can see on your screen. So these terms are interrelated also, means if you want to get the expression for the velocity, then you have to know the expression of acceleration, and if you want to derive the expression for the displacement, then you need to know about the expression of the velocity. So these entire terms are interrelated with each other. Hence students, when you learn these three expressions simultaneously one after one, then it is very easy to remember you in the exam. So we will revise three of these derivations or the expression in short time, so you will be able to keep in your mind for a very long time. So students, this is the first expression we have derived for the acceleration. We have calculated from the F is equal to minus k into x, that is restoring force, and F is equal to ma. Now both the term we have equated, then we will get the value of acceleration, which is k by m into x, that is minus k by m into x. Then further we have got the term velocity, which is the v is equal to dx by dt, means displacement with respect to time. If we again differentiate that velocity, then we will get the acceleration. So the differentiating equation for the acceleration will be d square x upon dt square. If we twice differentiate the velocity, then we will get the acceleration. So we will put this value simply into the above equation, which was ma is equal to minus kx. So we have got the value of a, that is d square upon d square x upon dt square. We will put into the equation, we will get m into d square x upon dt square, which will be equal to minus kx. So we will simply arrange this equation as per the maths rule. Then d square x upon dt square plus k by m into x will be equal to 0. Now by rearranging, we have got this equation. Now simply we will put the value of k by m is equal to omega square, which is angular frequency. So the k by m will be equal to omega square, and simply we will put the value in above equation. Then the new equation will form is d square x upon dt square plus omega square x will be equal to 0, and this is the expression for the acceleration, students. So this is the expression that we have derived for the acceleration in terms of displacement. After that students, the second expression that we have learned is, we will see now. Now after that, the second derivation or the expression we have seen is of the velocity of SHM. Now we will take the reference of acceleration equation or the acceleration expression, which we have already derived. So the equation for the acceleration in terms of x, in terms of displacement, was d square x upon dt square is equal to minus omega square x. So this was just rearranged equation. Now we have got the acceleration, that the value of acceleration is equal to d square x upon dt square. Now the acceleration of particle performing SHM is minus omega square. It will be minus omega square if you put the value of d square x upon dt square is equal to a. Now this is the expression for the acceleration in terms of displacement x. Now from our equation, we have get that the d square x upon dt square is equal to minus omega square, as we have learned. Then the d square x upon dt square may be also written as d by dt into dx by dt is equal to minus omega square x. We have just split the term d square x upon dt square, we have just split that one. So the term will be dv by dt is equal to minus omega square x. So we have written the value of d into dx by dt is equal to dv by dt, which is equal to minus omega square x. So now students, the dv by dt may be also split in terms of dv by dx dot dx by dt will be equal to minus omega square x. So dv by dx may be written as v, and the dv by dx term will be as it is. So the value of dx by dt is equal to v, that is the displacement with respect to time, it is v, and the remaining term is dv by dx, v is equal to minus omega square x. Now this may be also written as the v dv, that is if we consider the dv by dx, then it will be v dv only, so which will be further is equal to minus omega square x into dx. So after integrating this term, we will get the v square upon 2, which will be equal to minus omega square x upon 2 plus c. So this will be the expression for the velocity of the particle performing linear SHM. After that students, you can see the expression for the velocity. Now the c is the constant. Now we have just put the value of x is equal to plus minus a and the v is equal to 0. We will get the c is equal to plus omega square into a square by 2. Now this value, the value of c, we have just put in the equation, then we will get the v square is equal to omega square into bracket a square minus x square. So v is equal to plus minus omega into square root a square minus x square. This is the expression for the velocity of a particle performing linear SHM in terms of displacement x. So these are the three equations or the expression we have learned students. Now next part of this chapter, the cases we will see in the next video. Thank you so much.